Thanksgiving is like a week and a day away, and it is absolutely my favorite holiday of the year. I love Thanksgiving. It is all about the food. It is all about getting together with family. It's one of the things I love about the holiday. And lately, politics finds its way into literally everything. It doesn't find its way into my family's Thanksgiving celebration, but for a lot of folks, they can't get past it. And there is a new survey that says Americans stressed about politics may actually skip Thanksgiving dinner altogether. So we thought it would probably be wise to maybe reach out to somebody who could give us some ways to maybe redirect the conversation. We turn to etiquette expert Jan Goss. She is with us now. And Jan, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. We certainly appreciate it.
My pleasure. I'm excited about helping people have a great Thanksgiving. Let's do it.
You know, it's such a great holiday. It's all about the food and, again, the family and getting together and just having the downtime. And somehow or another, I blame social media for most of it, but politics seems to creep into literally every aspect of our lives. And for a lot of folks, let's face it, it makes them faint of heart, especially when they're not, their side is not winning or their side has just lost an election or whatever it might be. And it works both ways. How do you avoid it, though?
Well, I like to keep things simple in life. So I believe we can avoid so many things by keeping the main thing, like by staying focused on what is the main thing here. And the main thing is family and gratitude and celebrating the country that we live in, regardless of where our politics are. We're all so blessed to live in the country that we live in. So first thing is keep the main thing the main thing.
That seems simple enough, right? Make it about the food. But you know,
you can always talk about the turkey. They will not talk back. They will not argue.
Now that's right. I did read this. I did read this morning in an article. There was an article from a different etiquette expert that said, never comment about the food if you don't like it. Just move it around on your plate if you have to, but just never comment about the food if you're not a fan of it. Is that fair enough?
I think that is absolutely fair enough. If we will keep the negativity out, focus on what you do want, focus on the good things, maybe even use pivotal statements such as, I can't really delve into politics right now, but can I share my thoughts on a different topic? Or, let's just keep it going in the right direction. We have the ability to self-regulate, and we can control our own behavior, nobody else's, but we can control our own behavior. So if things that are uncomfortable come up, it's a great thing to take the initiative and actually just maybe even just find a common interest. We may not agree on politics or the way you cooked your green beans or whatever it is, but we both love family. So let's focus on our family, or let's keep the main things in life, and that will give us a smooth holiday season.
It's always interesting to see how families interact with each other, but it does seem like when it comes to politics, when it comes to disagreements about social issues or cultural issues, it really has, and I don't know, maybe it's the last 10 or 12 years, but it seems to have gotten this grip, and it just tears families apart. And it's hard to think that people are actually saying, you know what, I would rather not be with my family than celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I think
that to me is just crazy.
And the important thing is don't be that obnoxious one. Like, we can control that. Don't be the obnoxious one who is so headstrong and wants to try to change the family and change their opinion. Like, be the one that is the peacemaker. Be the one that pivots things in a positive direction. Because if you are that one, you may end up alone on the holidays.
That's right. And it won't be by choice.
Yeah, nobody's going to want to hang around you if you're, berating people and want to shove your opinions down other people's throats. Let's just eat the turkey. How about that? Let's enjoy the turkey.
Right. It's one thing to criticize the Macy's Thanksgiving Day floats. It's another thing to criticize, Aunt Edna's politics on why she voted one way or another.
Yeah.
Right.
And
What-
if you have a family that is, my family is, I call it purple because we are red
Okay.
and blue in my family. But we have
Right.
beautiful discussions. We have lively discussions, but I am the matriarch of my family. And if you are in that position of leadership in your family, take that leadership and don't allow the negativity in your space. Like my children, my grandchildren, they wouldn't think of going down that pathway because of the respect that they have for me and for the
Right.
event.
And that's really what it's about. It's about having mutual respect for each other, right? And it's listen, it's
100%.
understandable that people can have disagreements, and it's perfectly okay. And I think a lot of times people feel like they have to engage, but you really don't. It's okay to excuse yourself from these things, right?
Listen, people need to come to Show Up Well Consulting because I will help you develop personally. That's a personal development issue. That is what we call. We don't use the word immature. We call it underdeveloped. Some
Right.
people are just underdeveloped. They just haven't developed yet.
Yeah, and it's okay to step away from it, right? You can just step away from a
100%,
conversation. It's that easy. I mean, there's always
Yes.
the excuse, I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And then just don't come right back to that side of the living room. I mean, So
Or
I
just
do
be
have to
honest
say,
and say, I prefer not to discuss that right now.
yeah, right. Jen, I have to tell you, so when I was emailing you this morning, I thought to myself, well, this is really the most stressful email I have to send to an etiquette expert because I have to make sure everything is okay. I have to make sure that I dot all the I's and cross all the T's and make sure my greetings are appropriate.
I
Did I
love
do
it.
all? Did I pass the test
You
on
know
that?
what? You are an A-plus person. You did it so well. But let me just tell you, even if you made 100 mistakes, you would have made it on the right person because I'm not here to judge you about it.
I was so worried that I was going to get an email back with like highlighted mistakes. This time, use this greeting instead of that greeting. No pressure, though. No pressure.
Those are those other etiquette experts because, no, I'm the compassionate etiquette expert. That's my trademark. My trademark is compassion.
So now, Jan, do you kind of, when your family gets together for Thanksgiving or gets together for Christmas, do you have kind of a designated schedule of events of how the day is going to unfold?
I do. However, I have definitely learned through the years to go with the flow and be a little bit more flexible. But yes, I always have a plan, and then I'm always willing to wiggle the plan.
Right. Inevitably, someone is always going to be late for Thanksgiving dinner for one reason or another.
Always. I
What's
could
the
name who
proper
it is
way
in
to
my
deal with-
family, but I won't.
What's the proper way to deal with it if you are that person that is inevitably the late one?
Well, what we do is we go ahead and start. Like
Okay.
I'll have a grace. Actually, the grace period, just if you want to know protocol, is 15 minutes. There's
Okay.
a grace period. And if people are not there by then, the food's going to get cold. The other people are hungry. So
Right.
you don't hold up everything because someone has, a little bit risky behavior going on there. So
Right.
we just start. And then they feel
Okay.
silly when they walk in. And we say,
Right.
okay, we love you anyway. Sit down and eat your cold food.
Right. Exactly. The next one is a bit controversial. How much is too
Oh.
much? How much food is too much to eat? So that, I mean, you don't want to look like that person that
You're
walks in
really
like you're trying to.
hitting me.
Yeah. I mean, is there, you don't want to look like the person that's got a tapeworm and you're trying to feed the tapeworm while you're sitting at the table, basically. Like, is there an amount? Like, I realize you're also not allowed to
This is
unbutton
great.
your pants at the table to make more room,
Yes.
right? That's also a no-no.
I'm glad you're clear on that one. I'm glad you're clear on not stay dressed at the Thanksgiving table, please. Yes.
Elastic pants are okay as long as they look good.
Please. Yes, exactly. Now, in terms of eating, though, there really is protocol around that. And it is that you keep pace with the host.
Okay.
Whoever is
Okay.
the host, just pay attention. And if they eat slow, my mom, who is no longer
Right.
here with me, but she was a slow eater. And when we
Right.
ate with her, you just slowed down your pace. Hey, it's not a bad
Right.
idea. And
Yeah.
so you don't want to finish too early, but you don't want to be that
Right.
last one sitting there shoveling in the food when everyone
Right.
else is finished.
Right.
So, yeah, keep pace with the host.
Okay. And I also do not drink from the gravy boat. That is not acceptable either. Even if it's just
What?
like it's apparently it's not acceptable. I've learned this. I won't say it's through experience, but it might have been through experience. You're not supposed to drink from the gravy boat.
Even if it's grandma's gravy?
Well, see, and let's face it, I believe that if a meal contains a gravy boat, it makes the meal taste at least 72% better. Right?
Well, now
I
I
mean,
love gravy boats. And here is protocol though. Actually, you use an implement in the gravy boat. So you have a ladle. You don't just pour it from the gravy boat. You have a ladle and
even
you ladle it out of the gravy boat.
even if it
And that
has
way it
a pour,
doesn't drip.
even if it has a pour spout.
Yes. Yes, you
You're,
actually
I
use
feel
an
like
implement.
okay. I feel like that
Now
implement
you
is
know.
really going to restrict the amount of gravy that I'm going to be able to put onto
Well,
my plate. So
that could be part of it, is that you have to have enough for everyone around the table.
my guest this afternoon is etiquette expert Jan Goss. Jan, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate your time. It's been great to be able to laugh with you and kind of find some solutions to some common problems around the Thanksgiving and holiday tables that are going to be happening next week. And then obviously, just a few days or just a few weeks later, we've got Christmas right on the heels
We
of it.
do.
So
All right.
we
Well,
wish
my
you
pleasure.
we wish you a great holiday season, and we'll definitely have you back on.
All right, let's do it. Let's keep the main thing the main thing.
There you go. Thanks so much, Jan. We appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye for now.